Before we get to the next running back, Nathan has a question. I'm in another fantasy league, and someone offered me Derrick Henry for CMC. Was it a good offer? What do you think, David?
I am torn on this because with the rumors about CMC being traded, if CMC gets traded to an offense that isn't a complete dumpster fire like where he is, if maybe he gets a even serviceable quarterback, we could start seeing the CMC of old. But his injury history is concerning. I'm going to lean on the Derrick Henry side of that.
What do you think?
I'm looking at how many points they've scored.
I think CMC is team and quarterback proof. He scored over 20 points the last 3 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's got the better upside, because I think even if he stays, he's still getting you 15 to 20 a game. And that's not going to change much. If he goes and upgrades, then just like you said, you can get the CMC of old, and then all of a sudden you have the number one running back in fantasy. Whereas Derrick Henry, you know what he is. He's going to have games where he balls out, but he doesn't seem to be the same Derrick Henry, so he's going to have games where they can lock him up.
The first 2 weeks, Derrick Henry didn't score more than 10 points, but ever since then, he scored 20-plus points, like 15-plus points. Christian McCaffrey hasn't scored under 15 except for one time. So, and he's been doing really good the last 3 weeks. San Francisco has a really good defense. He did good against them. I mean, the Rams are the Rams this year, and the Cardinals are the Cardinals this year. But even against San Francisco, he had 23 points.
That's my concern with CMC is if it's just him. You're talking about him being, quarterback proof, team proof. Yeah, but with that kind of workload, I think he's a huge injury risk. So that's my concern with him staying. If he leaves, then I absolutely 100% would prefer to have him. If he goes to a team that has other weapons and it's not just the Christian McCaffrey show, then I think he'll hold up a lot better. But that's just, I still don't trust him to stay healthy.
So basically it's this is higher upside. Christian McCaffrey has a higher ceiling. Derrick Henry's a safer play. I think is what everybody has said so far. And if you're a gambling man like myself, you'll go CMC. If you don't like to gamble like David, you'll go Derrick Henry.
I guess I don't understand the point of trading those two.
There's higher upside on one.
I mean, if I had Derrick Henry, I'd just stick with Derrick Henry. If I had CMC, I would just stick with CMC. They're both good running backs, like first-round worthy running backs that are scoring over 20 points for the last 3 weeks. I would just stick with whoever I had.
But that's not true. Derrick Henry hasn't scored over 20 points the last 3 weeks.
Yes, he has.
Has he?
Yes, I just looked it up.
You just said he had less than 15.
No, the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
He had like 8 points week 1, 8 points week 2, and then he started going up. Where like Christian McCaffrey hasn't scored the lowest game he had was 13 points, and that was week 2.
Right.
I mean, you can check, but I promise I just looked at it.
I know, but he was on a bye, so I was trying to see what he did before.
And I mean, Derrick Henry's this last time he had like 2 touchdowns or something ridiculous like that, so that's where a lot of your points come in. But he's had over 100 yards the last 2 games. So
I also think losing Robbie Anderson for the Panthers helps Christian McCaffrey's receiving. But to David's point, makes it more. I mean, he's going to touch the ball more, which is more opportunity for injury.